you're not working out, is it? How? I remember I was 3 months postpartum and I'd gone shopping in Fab India. You're not in the gym popping lifts. I feel like, man, I can't do it. This is not for me. I give up. I've eaten 5 biscuits or I've eaten banana. Oh my god, banana chips. No, you can't be on a diet around us. I love food, okay? Like, I'm like this only. Nothing's gonna change. Maybe midlife crisis, I don't know. Hello and welcome. Hi, I'm Satshya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video has been so highly requested among all my YouTube comments and Instagram DMs, and I'm so glad it's finally here. For context, I'm the mother of a 1.5-year-old child. Wow, feels weird to say that. And during my pregnancy, I put on 20 kilos and I have now lost all of that and more. Even if you're not a new mom, but you're looking for a fitness plan that helps you lose weight sustainably and more importantly, maintain it, this video is for you. I'm not going to keep anything. I'm going to share every single thing I did with story times, photos, screenshots, everything. So it's going to be a long, detailed video. Grab a coffee, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 1 million before this year ends, and let's get into the video. Hello! Before I get on to my fitness glow up, I want to talk about my face glow up, which a lot of you have very kindly noticed. Thanks, that made my day. I have been using this Wishcare Super Bright C16 Vitamin C Serum. I've been using this since about March, so about 5 months now. And I have seen a visible difference in like the darkness around my mouth that a lot of us Indians have. That pigmentation has lightened, my old acne scars have lightened, and most importantly, overall, like my face has gotten a glow that a lot of you say the sun is shining on my forehead. Yeah, that is this. One thing to note, when you use vitamin C serum, you have to follow it up with sunscreen. I use this Wishcare Niacinamide Oil Balance Fluid Sunscreen. It's super lightweight, absorbs really quickly. There's no white cast whatsoever, and it is perfect for summers. I know that there are a lot of vitamin C products in the market right now, but there are a couple of reasons why this stands out in particular for me. So first is the combination of actives. It has 10% vitamin C, which brightens your skin, but also has 4% niacinamide, which helps with hydration and controls oil production. So helpful if you're an oily skin girl like me. It also has 1% kojic acid, which helps lighten up your dark spots. And although there are 3 actives, usually that can be quite harsh, but somehow this combination is very mild. And I have sensitive skin, so this did not irritate me at all, even from the first day. Second thing is the texture. This is very watery. A lot of vitamin C serums can be thick and a bit oily, which is not the most comfortable if you have oily skin, especially if you're layering like moisturizer and sunscreen on top of that. The third thing is the packaging. Vitamin C is one active that has to be stored very carefully because the minute it's exposed to light and air, it gets oxidized and you cannot use it anymore. So this one is in a LS pump packaging and fully opaque. So this is my second bottle, and the first bottle I used it down to the last drop and it was perfectly fine. I like this so much that I bought one for my sister also to take it with her to the US. Along with your night repair cream, this was something my sister specifically requested I get because she says that it works really well for her skin. If you would like to try it too, I have a special discount code for you guys. Use code Satshya to get 20% off on the Wishcare website. I'll put the code and the link in the description. Check it out there. Now let's get to the fitness glow up. I have divided this video into 5 parts: my weight gain, diet, fitness, mistakes I made, and how I stay consistent. So let's start with the weight gain. I gained about 20 kilos during my pregnancy, and I know this because every time I would go to the doctor's office, they would check my BP and my weight. I went from 60 kilos to 80 kilos, and this is normal. Like, it is normal to gain weight during pregnancy, and it's such a strange feeling, you know, because all your life when you suddenly gain weight, you're like, oh no, I gained weight, I don't know what to do, I have to like fitness, I have to like diet. But when you're pregnant and you're gaining weight, it's such a special feeling because you're like, I'm growing my baby. My baby's taking this nutrition from me, whatever I'm eating, like I'm eating veggies and all of these things that I'm just feeding and nourishing my baby, and with each scan you see your baby growing. Everything you're doing is for your baby during that period. You don't worry about, oh, I'm looking fat, oh, I'm looking this. You're just like, oh, I'm pregnant. And people also don't tend to comment on your body because you're pregnant, right? And you're like, oh, you're glowing, oh, your baby's going to be so healthy and all of these things. But once the baby comes out, suddenly I don't know what happens to people, okay? They just expect you to lose that 9 months ka weight in 1 week. And they'll start dropping subtle hints like, oh, you're not working out, is it? Or, oh, you should take some walks, it'll be good for you. And yes, it hurts because you're like, can you not see I'm trying to keep a baby alive? Like, you don't have the mind space to think about fitness and dieting at that time. But even if nobody says anything, even when you just look in the mirror, you suddenly look huge, like you don't recognize yourself. I did not expect this part because, you know, when you see a lot of celebrities who have just given birth, they look like they had never been pregnant. Like at one day they look like they have a big bump, the next day they look like completely flat, and I'm like, how? Because I was looking like this 1 week or 2 weeks after giving birth. 3 months after giving birth, I was looking like this. Okay, so I don't know how they do it, but for me, my weight was not going anywhere. And I know as a new mother, you're supposed to be thinking about your baby and raising them, and you're not supposed to be worrying about these small little things like weight gain, but you're also a human being, right? And especially like when you look in the mirror or you're buying clothes and nothing fits, and like for me, I used to be a small to a medium all my life, and suddenly even XL is not fitting me. I remember I was 3 months postpartum and I'd gone shopping in Fab India because I had to buy some salwars for Rakhi or something, and I'm trying on the clothes, and with each outfit they're either not fitting or I'm looking huge in them. Like I hated looking at myself in the trial room because I could not recognize myself. Plus, I was trying on salwar, so I was looking even more like 10 years older than what I usually am. And also because you suddenly gained weight, you don't know how to dress for this new body. So I was very conscious about my arms. I feel like my arms are looking so fat, my stomach is looking very big, my chest is looking very big. So I was trying to pick clothes that cover my arms, that give me a v-neck so my chest looks smaller. If you've seen my Myntra postpartum outfit haul videos, you will see the struggle I have gone through to find clothes that suit me and make me feel good about myself. Man, it was a struggle. And I know that I'm not alone in this. Ever since I started sharing about my fitness journey on Instagram, so many of you new mothers have been DMing me. Some of you as early as like 2 months postpartum saying, hey, I want to lose weight. Can you tell me how you lost weight? And it was giving me flashbacks of when I was like 1 or 2 months postpartum. I would be scrolling on stories and seeing like my friends or other creators being so fit and toned and going to the gym, living their best life and looking so good and glowing. Whereas I was in bed not having a shower, I was so tired, sleep deprived, feeling so heavy. I was just feeling like I can't wait to bounce back. I have a sincere request. Having been through that myself, and I understand where you're coming from, but please truly wait at least minimum 6 months to try any fitness thing, because for those first 6 months, your sole purpose is your baby. Like, forget anything else. Because me personally, I did not have the time nor the energy to do any fitness or diet. But more importantly, I was breastfeeding. My goal was to breastfeed minimum till the age of 1. So I knew I could not go on a diet or on any calorie deficit because that would affect my milk supply. I ate everything, okay, no restrictions. And even movement, I would take maybe one walk in the evening with my baby and my dog. The only way I lost weight was because of breastfeeding. I don't know if you know, but breastfeeding burns a ton of calories, okay? Like according to ChatGPT, if you're feeding for 10 minutes every 3 hours with just breastfeeding, I was burning like 450 to 600 calories per day, which equates to 1 hour of moderate swimming. So breastfeeding is fantastic. But caveat here, I know a lot of people have also breastfed but not lost the weight. So if you are someone like that, don't worry. It happens to a lot of people. Wait for that 1 year or 6 months and then you can get onto fitness. So with just breastfeeding for 1 year, I lost about 13 kilos, and this is what I looked like 1 year postpartum. Though I had lost 13 kilos, I was still looking so round and big. In this picture, I'm about 67 kilos, which is 7 kgs heavier than what I was. You can see my face is round compared to what it is now. So I was waiting until my daughter turned 1, and that's when Akash and I decided to get on a fitness plan together. The fitness mentor that I went with is called ConeFit. It's run by this girl called Neha. I had done a weight loss plan with her earlier, maybe about 6-7 years ago, when I had a depressive episode in my life and I gained about 10 kilos. I made a video about that. You can watch it if you'd like. But because, tried and tested, it worked for me, and I know she's strict and I needed someone with that kind of discipline, because for 2 years I have not done any diet fitness. I needed that push, okay? I signed up with her. For one person, it cost 18,000 for 3 months, but because we were both doing it together, it was 15,000 per person for 3 months, so a total of 30K. I would honestly recommend her because her diets are not crash diets. They are very sustainable. They are very Indian food based, so it's easy to replicate and keep doing. And more importantly, she keeps you accountable. She is strict, bro. Out of fear, I've stuck to the diet sometimes because she's very disciplined, and you need that. And if you want to sign up with her, I'll leave her Instagram details in the description along with her contact number. You can use code Satshya10 if you want a 10% discount if you want to sign up. So let's get to her diet plan. Now, every Friday night, she would send us the plan for the entire week. Here's a sample of one day's meals. Breakfast was oats with Greek yogurt, nuts and berries, or mushroom and eggs. Snack 1 would be an orange. Lunch would be roti, sabzi, dal, paneer and 1 cucumber. Snack 2 would be a peanut salad, and dinner would be a brown rice with stir-fried vegetables and chicken. Some non-negotiables with her was that zero added sugar was allowed. So I had to have black coffee, chai without any sugar, no desserts whatsoever, no sugary drinks like Coca-Cola, Fanta, anything that bubbly, fizzy things that you would like, everything stopped. Even if we were, going out and you wanted to have a lime soda, I had to have lime soda with salt only. The only sugar we were allowed was either natural sugars through fruits, again, which was a limited quantity, or 20 grams of dark chocolate that we could have on Sunday evening. This was honestly the hardest part for me, because if you're used to eating biscuit and cake and all that every day, like I used to snack nicely at chai time, this first 3 days of no sugar gives you physical withdrawal, like my head was aching, I was feeling irritable, I was craving sugar so much. But it was also the biggest game changer, because I noticed immediately my weight starting to drop because I'd cut sugar. My skin got much better, and I also noticed the effect of sugar because when I went back home for 2 weeks recently, nicely the cake and all I ate, I started getting pimples on the side of my face, and ones which would leave a mark. So I was like, okay, I get it. No sugar. Sugar is bad for my skin. With her diet plan, every day was different. But if I had to sum it up, it was mainly low carb, high protein and zero sugar. And having this kind of detailed plan was so helpful in maintaining the discipline towards that diet, because everything was measured out. You could prep your food, plan your food in advance. You didn't have to be like, oh, today what do I eat, and then feel tempted to order food inside. It was just the food is there, it's prepared, you eat it, that's it. One thing that I felt was very important in this kind of plan, and I feel like is the reason why it was successful for me, was that it was not just a plan that she was giving us. We had a WhatsApp group with her, Akash and I, and we had to send her pictures of every meal. And if we didn't send, no, she'll ask, where is today's pictures? And I would get so scared. It worked in 2 ways. One, it made sure that I was sticking to the diet plan because I had to send her a picture of the meal that I was eating. And two, I would kind of feel excited or proud. Like I would make the meal and send her a picture like, yay, done, yay, done. It felt like I had a to-do list and I was getting things done off, and you feel very like, it's a small accomplishment, but you feel really good about yourself, and that makes you, I feel, stick to the diet and be more consistent with it. And we did this for 3 months, which is a long time, and I feel like having that WhatsApp group was one of the main reasons we were able to stick consistently with it. And because I got used to eating a certain way for 3 months, now I'm less inclined to eat. Like earlier, if I felt like eating pizza like this, I would eat 3-4 slices, okay. But now when I eat it, I feel a bit heavy because now my body's not used to like the oiliness, the heavy carbness. Sometimes if I eat sugar, I get a headache. So now that the 3 months are done, I don't stick to such a strict diet, but this is what I eat on a daily basis to maintain that consistency and not put on any more weight. I try to do intermittent fasting. So my first meal, which is breakfast, I have around 10:30, 11 eggs and a small slice of bread. I follow that up with a cup of black coffee to cut any cravings that I might have. Then lunch is at 1:30 p.m. where I have 1 roti, some sabzi dal, basically whatever is made at home. During the week, sometimes I have some chicken, about 100 grams of chicken with each meal. Usually post lunch, I have some sugar craving. Okay, that has not gone. So instead of having like a chocolate or something, I eat an orange. Around 3 p.m. is again where I have a bit of craving to eat something or drink something. Earlier, I used to have Coca-Cola nicely. Now I have that Poca Pop, zero sugar. It's basically like lime soda without any sugar. Like there's 0 calories in it, and I really enjoy like just sipping on it and working on my laptop. Like I feel very productive for some reason. I'm sipping and working. Around 4:30 p.m. I have 1 chai without any sugar, and I have stopped snacking, which I thought was impossible for me, but now I've just gotten into that habit. So just 1 chai in the evening. And then my dinner I have by 7 p.m., which is usually 1 roti, whatever sabzi and dal is there at home. And I like to finish my meal with 1 cup of Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt because yeah, I love curd, I love raita. So this, sometimes I add some salt to it, sometimes I have plain, or I add some blueberries to it. Also, it's a good source of proteins. I feel like that nicely sets me up for my walk at night. And after that, the only thing I consume is water. So my fasting period is from 7 p.m. to 10 a.m., which is about a 15-hour fast. And I feel like that has also really contributed to my weight loss. Next, let's go to exercise. They say 70% of your weight loss is just your diet, and that is so true, because in these 3 months that I followed that diet, no, I was supposed to walk 10,000 steps a day and exercise for 30 minutes a day, and I did none of that. The only thing I was able to do was diet, because that I wasn't sleeping too well, so I was not getting any time to exercise, and I was tired also. Like, I didn't have any energy or mind even to exercise. So the only thing I could do was follow the diet, and I followed it very strictly, and so I lost that 7-8 kilos. But I realized that it's also important for me to exercise, and that's for two reasons. One is I wanted to build up my stamina, because I was feeling very low on energy. Like, my joints and all felt very creaky, and like, I don't know, when you get up from the bed, you're just like heavy, you feel that heavy feeling. Now my daughter was also starting to get active. I wanted to be able to run behind her and like play with her and be that active mom, so I was like, I have to get my stamina back up. The second thing is I miss the endorphins. Once you work out and you're sweating and you're breathing hard, and you have that amazing feeling of, yeah, I feel like I'd become a bit dull. I wanted to have that feeling of I've accomplished something, I'm doing something, I can do this, I could like that. I needed that push of confidence that in the past only exercise has given me, so I wanted to get back on that train again. For fitness, I had three options. I could do weight training, swimming, or walking. Now, weight training and swimming, both of them, the thing is, they both close at 10 p.m. And the only time in the day I get to exercise once Tara falls asleep. So she sleeps at around 8:39. If I have to go to the gym and the swimming pool, I will not make it in time. I tried it once or twice, but I realized I was giving myself excuses like, oh, it's too late anyway, no point in going. So I want to do any exercise. So that left the last option, walking. Now, I can't give any excuse for not walking, right?
I can walk up and down the stairs. I can walk around and around my society complex. I can walk in the basement. I can walk in the house while having a phone call.
So walking was doable for me. If you've been following my Instagram, I do that whole 10K steps at 10 p.m. thing, which is basically I go downstairs, I walk round and round around my apartment complex until I reach 10,000 steps. I track it using my watch. I also have a fitness ring that I'm testing out, and I also have my phone.
So I put on a podcast, or I call a friend, or I even have some of my friends in the society who I just chat with, and just talking, we keep walking.
I keep walking until I see that magic number 10,000 hit, and that honestly is the highlight of my day. I wanted to pull up this data from my health app, okay? So around the start of this year, I would average about 4,000 steps. And then you can see in the data that immediate rise, because I started walking 10,000 steps, and now my daily average has doubled to about 9,000 to 10,000 steps. When you see your progress picturized like this, it feels really, really good, which is why I love tracking this kind of data. And when I walk, I do brisk walking with a few breaks of running. So I walk fast for 5 minutes, then I do 1 minute or 2 minutes of quick run, and then I do a slow walk. So there's this Japanese walking method. I'll put a link to it in the description. You can check it out. This is supposed to be the best for your cardiovascular health. And I know like walking might seem such a lame kind of fitness. You're not in the gym pumping lifts, which again, like weight training, I see the benefits in it. It's amazing. But if you're not able to do that, walking looks very like easy and harmless, but it has been such a amazing game changer for my stamina. Like earlier, I could not climb steps, 1-2 flights of stairs. I'd be like, now I'm able to climb 8-9 floors in one shot, like completely fine. I'm able to run behind my daughter with no problem. When I used to walk with Akash earlier, I used to feel like, my God, he's walking so fast. Now I'm walking faster than him, just because I have that practice of walking every day. So net, it has been so good. I think if you want to start with your fitness journey, and you want to start slow, just start walking 10K steps. Like, keep that as your goal, and you will see a massive difference. My skin, my fitness, my thighs, my leg muscles, wow, I feel amazing. Now coming to the mistakes that I've made. This is very important, okay? Because I feel like these are some things you realize only when you're doing a fitness plan. And one major thing was not bringing backup food. So 3 months is a long time, okay? And in that time, you'll obviously be meeting friends, you'll be going out, you have weddings, birthday parties, so many other events, and you're not always sure what kind of food is being served. Say if you're hanging out at your friend's house, you want to still be a part of your social circle, you want to go to house parties, but you know that it may not have the healthiest food. Like, people usually have like
Pizzas, chips, snacks, like a lot of junk food.
which is awesome, but if you're on a diet, it's very, very hard. So a lot of times I've been there, and been like, I can't eat anything, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, and then feeling hungry and just caving in and having something because I didn't bring a backup option. So what might help is if you pack something from home. I know it sounds lame, but it is so good at keeping on track. You could pack a salad, you could pack a roll, you could pack some fruit in a dabba so you can just snack on it. You could carry some zero sugar drinks with you if you're at a party.
You only have Coke and Pepsi and all of those things. Like, you at least have your alternative.
Especially with me, like when I would go for shoots or meetings, and you know, usually at these places the food is very rich and like not the most healthy options. So I would always have like a small box of nuts or a small protein bar, at least something, so that I'm not starving and feeling tempted to, you know, like just indulge when I'm there. Second mistake I made was not reading labels. You know, it is surprising, okay, how many things are marketed as healthy and all of that, but when you see the label, you see there's so much added sugar. I remember I would send links of products to Neha and be like, can I eat this, can I eat that, and she'd be like, no, it has too much sugar. And then I would look at the label, I'm like, wow, 20 grams of sugar in this. No, I can't have it. So then I became very careful about looking at the label of things. Even if I'm buying things on Blinkit or Instamart, I would go to that last slide and then check the nutritional label. And it is shocking how much of sugar is added in things like muesli and granola, which are supposed to be these healthy things. My god, so much sugar. Be very careful of energy bars or other protein bars. They have an insane amount of sugar. Please read the labels, at least to see for total added sugars. A lot of products, they don't even taste sweet, but when you look at the label, there is so much added sugar. And one great benefit of reading labels is even if you're so tempted to eat something, when you turn and you look at the amount of calories and sugar, for example, a bag of chips has, which there's itna sa chips and the calories like 400 calories, and you're like, brother, an entire salad is like 150, 200 calories. Suddenly that craving goes. Okay, you see that number and you're like, no need. I will just quietly eat some fruit at home. The third mistake I made was trying to do my 10k steps in one shot. So when I started, I remember I did try to start my 10k steps, but I was going from zero fitness to trying to do 10,000 steps in one day. My legs were hurting, my thighs were burning, and I felt like, man, I can't do it. This is not for me. I give up. I did it for 1 2 days and I gave up for like 2 months. And I restarted only like in the third month or something. And I started off by being kind to myself and be like, okay, today I will do 5,000 steps. Tomorrow I will do 6,000 steps. Tomorrow I'll do 7,000 steps. So I slowly built that endurance, and now I can comfortably do 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 steps even, simply because I started slow. So I know it's very tempting and you're full josh. You're like, yeah, go to the gym, I'll lift 30 kilos, I'm gonna run for 1 hour. No. Like, if you want this to be a lifestyle change and not just a sudden weight loss for an event or whatever, you want to be fit for life, you want to be healthy for life, you need to start slow, and then that's how you can keep up the momentum. Now, finally, the hacks to remain consistent. One, anytime I have a craving, I just drink black coffee. Black coffee kills it. Like, black coffee is that kind of friend who, you know, when you have a crush on a problematic boy, she's that friend who'll be like, are you crazy? Do you not see this in him? And suddenly you're like, oh yeah, oh my god, I should run away. Black coffee is that kind. Like, anytime I'm craving something sweet or I'm craving something unhealthy and it's in the first half of the day, like say before 1 p.m., I just have some black coffee, instantly that craving goes. For those of you who find black coffee too kadwa, I would say reduce it like little every day until you are able to then slowly develop that taste towards black coffee. Just like exercise, like you can't do like a sudden change and then expect your body to be okay with it, right? It's going to be very hard. So you have time, there's no rush, okay? There's no like timeline that if you don't lose by weight at this time, something's gonna happen to you. No, you take it slow but be consistent. That's the most important thing. So black coffee to cut cravings, vanilla essence to mimic sweetness. If you're someone like me who likes vanilla, what I would do is for my coffee, my black coffee, I didn't add sugar, but I would add a drop of vanilla essence, so I'd get that feeling of sweetness, but it would not actually be sweet. Like, even my overnight oats, zero sugar, zero honey, I would just add a drop of vanilla essence to the milk, mix it, and then add just some nuts and some fruits, and it would feel so sweet. Next, get rid of temptation in the house. So if you have chips or momos or whatever in your house, before you start your diet, make sure you gift it away to your friends or family, because having that in your house, makes keeping away from temptation very hard. Even be mindful of what's on your dining table. Like earlier, like when I would work on the dining table and sit, there would be dabbas of biscuits, and I would not even realize. I would just open and keep eating, and I suddenly see I've eaten 5 biscuits, or I've eaten banana. Oh my god, banana chips. I have eaten an entire packet of banana chips without realizing, like working and eating. So now what I do is I keep a jar of nuts or fruits on the table. Anything that I want to snack on that is healthy. Since it's so close to me, I am too lazy to then
Get up, go to the fridge and look for something unhealthy. I just open whatever there and eat.
Next hack is have an accountability partner. Like for me in this case, it was Neha who kept checking up on me and making sure I stuck to the diet. If you're not able to do this with a nutritionist, try to do it with a friend who you send food pictures to every single day. Also for me, because I was doing it with Akash, it was really helpful because when we would go out and we would be with friends and they'd be like, eat yaar, nothing will happen, eat, nothing will happen. Anytime either of us would feel tempted, we both look at each other like this, and that really helped us stay consistent. I remember we went out for a friend's dinner. We had already had dinner at home and gone, and they were all like,
Eat, nothing will happen, eat, nothing will happen.
but then Akash was like, no, we'll just have a lime soda. And I know it's so irritating to be with friends like people like us who are like, no, I can't eat this, I won't eat that. But we both knew that we were following this strictly for a limited period of time. And eventually our friends also understood. And so then we just had like one lime soda without any sugar. And we were okay with that. Like we could both socialize with our friends and stick to our diet. So it was a win-win. But if your friends are like, no, you can't be on a diet around us, then it might be time to change those friends because you're doing this for your health. You know that it's hard to do this and it's not helpful if someone keeps insisting or making fun of you for trying to make a change in your life. And finally, keep your treats for one day in a week. I knew that I could follow the diet for 3 months, but I knew I couldn't follow such a strict diet for the rest of my life because I love food, okay?
I think about food all the time. I get very excited when I see food reels on Instagram or like new restaurant reels, and I love trying new food.
If I want to be able to eat healthy for life, I also need to have the space to enjoy food or treat myself, but that also has to be limited. So during the week, I would eat completely at home. I would not order food, even desserts, very, very rarely now. Like maybe once a week, I'll have one chocolate or something. But every Saturday night, Akash and I do date night. So we both pick a restaurant every single week, we alternate, and there we eat nicely. We really, whatever food we want to try, we try that out. Whatever dessert we want to have, we have that. Most of the times we just split a dessert, and what that means is your heart feels happy. And I think now we got so used to eating limited portions that we can't overeat. Like if I eat too much, then my stomach starts hurting, or if I eat too much sweet, my head starts hurting. So I know I sound like a lame person, but I'm so happy that my body has adapted and now no longer likes having that heavy fried food, or the fact that I crave a salad when I go out. I was never this person. Akash's cousin and his wife in Singapore, they are such a healthy fit couple. Like for their age, they look amazing, and whenever we would go out, they would always order a salad with whatever they're eating or something steamed. His wife is Malaysian, so she would eat a lot of soups or steamed meats. We both were like, my god, they're so disciplined, how do they manage to do this? Once you do a diet for a while and you're consistent with it, your tastes change, your body changes, and so you don't have to put an effort anymore.
It feels natural to want to have a salad. You feel good, you feel light, you feel fresh, you feel great.
And that honestly is the best case scenario in your life, which means that you have reached a place where you're able to control your diet, you're able to enjoy yourself when you want to. Like when I go on vacation, I know I'm not going to be like dieting, but I will try to include healthy options along with my like fried food and my fun food. Like I do have desserts every now and then, but I just don't mindlessly eat it. Like I will think and find the best dessert because it has to be worth those calories. Okay, now finally, what's next? I want to keep this going. I want to get as fit as I can. So with walking, I want to raise my stamina. I want to keep walking for the next 2 months until I raise my stamina enough so that I can start tennis, because tennis is fun. It's a full body sport, and Akash really likes tennis, and I want to beat him finally one day. And if I'm being really honest, tennis, I brought some really cute Scots and I want to wear them. So I would really like to learn some tennis. I have never run ever in my life, but I'm hoping that by the first half next year, I take part in a marathon. It's a high ask, it's a high this thing, but I'm feeling confident. Like I know I can do it if I try. So I'm doing this to keep myself accountable. Hopefully next year you'll see me with a marathon medal and be like, yeah. maybe midlife crisis, I don't know, but I'm feeling great about it. So yeah, I hope this video helped. I know it was a long one. I've tried to keep it as structured and as helpful as possible. Earlier, I would have been like, I'm like this only, nothing's gonna change. But now I'm like, yeah, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Like the confidence has really changed me. I love shopping now. I love trying new clothes. I love experimenting with my outfits, which earlier I was so low I couldn't do it. Okay, and I was like, what's the point? I'm going to look bad anyways. But now I'm like, why not? And this kind of confidence is what I hope for each and every one of you. I hope you have an amazing time navigating this fitness journey. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. You know, I love the community that is there. I love the tips that all of you share with me. I would love to know how I can keep going. Any recipes that have worked really well for you. Please let me know. Thank you again for your patience with this video. I know it's a long one, but I hope it really helped. I will see you in the next video. Bye.